So let's talk travel. Some of you may have booked some plans. Well, things are changing here and there. Since June, the United States has been on the European Union's safe list for travel, and that cleared the way for American travelers to visit many EU member countries without having to quarantine first. Now the European Union trying to make some of those changes. So our friend, travel journalist Angel Castellanos, is joining us live from Rome, from this glorious rooftop. The sun is shining. Your smile is so bright. Good morning, or should I say buonasera?
Ciao, Netta. Thanks so much for having me.
I'm glad to have you, and let's talk about this. So what has changed? What can Americans do right now when it comes to traveling to Europe?
Well, Americans certainly can still do a lot because on Monday, the European Union decided to remove the United States from its safe country list, advising its member countries that American citizens either needed to quarantine or take a test before coming to Europe. And so far, only one country, Italy, has acted on that. And I predict that countries like Greece and Croatia, who have really gone their own direction, will not really impose anything further from Americans.
Okay, so does that mean if you've booked a trip to, let's say, Italy, would you need to reschedule it, or you still can come?
You're still good to go because the new requirement is that in order to enter Italy, you need to present your COVID card, a passenger locator form, and now take a test 72 hours before coming. Even if you're unvaccinated, you can still come. You still have to take a COVID test before arrival, but then you do have to quarantine for 5 days and then take another test at the end of those 5 days. So really the advantage goes to those of us who are vaccinated because the only change is that extra test that you need to take before you leave, which is what I actually had to do when I first arrived here in June.
Yeah, I was going to say for you, you've been in across Europe for quite some time now, right, Angel? And now you're in Rome?
Yeah. I've been here for about 10 weeks total. I've been in France, the Netherlands. I just flew to Rome yesterday from Sicily. So I've taken trains, planes, and I've done the whole thing. And it's actually pretty safe to travel within Europe because all the systems are in place to keep travelers like me very safe.
Okay, and I know, of course, a lot of these new restrictions, like, wanting people to prove they're vaccinated and get those negative tests are because of the Delta variant. Is that something people are talking about where you are, Angel? Is it, changing the way that you've traveled since June? Have you noticed that become more of, just a concern people have?
To be completely transparent, there's not really a lot of talk of the Delta variant here in Europe. And that's because most of the population is fully vaccinated. In Italy, about 64% of the population is fully vaccinated and 70% has at least one dose. France is on par with that. The only new change that has happened while I've been here is that travelers now have to show their vaccine cards. So in order to enter a museum or sometimes restaurants, you have to show what's called a green pass. And that's a European term for what we would just call our CDC vaccine card. And what I did at my mom's suggestion is I took a Ziploc bag, cut off the Ziploc part of it, a little protective cover for myself, and it's just so easy to show it when it's required.
Yeah, because I was going to say, initially we thought, oh, we should laminate ours, but if they are requiring more booster shots, things like that, you don't want it to be laminated. So Ziploc, Mama, she knows.
Yeah,
so, good idea.
They always do.
Yeah, mine's already getting crinkled on the edges, so you want to protect that. It definitely can get you around a little bit easier. So tell us, Angel, I know during commercial break I was like, whoa, you look like you are in a dreamland. What's it been like for you in Rome? And I do want to reveal what you're going to do right after this interview.
Well, I've traveled throughout all of Italy, and I've been to Lake Como. I just came back from Sicily, which completely blew me away. Even regions like Umbria, I've hit up all the main cities, and it's just refreshing to be in, for example, Paris and walk through the Louvre without any crowds, and to experience beaches with just Italians and not have any mass tourism. I think this, for me, has been one of the best summers I've ever spent in Europe, and I've been coming every year of my adult life.
That says a lot right there. I mean, yeah, to have it be not as packed must be lovely for you. Tell me real quick, we only have 30 seconds. Primitivo, that's what you're about to do?
Aperitivo, yes,
Aperitivo.
it's Italian happy hour. Italians typically don't drink without eating, so there's free food involved, lots of snacks, and I'm going to go on a rooftop bar just like this.
No wonder you have such a great smile all the time, Angel. You are living the life. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Good advice from you as well this morning. Everyone, get your Ziploc bag. Put that card in there. Angel, good to see you. Enjoy your happy hour. We'll be
Ciao,
right
ciao.
back.
Thanks,
Ciao,
Netta.
ciao.